They get ready for the first kill!
Hi, Jan here from nStuff Germany, and we're here at Ring with Ted and Olavi from Amon Amarth. How was your day so far? Everything fine?
Yeah, it's been good so far.
Yeah.
Looking forward to the show.
Yeah. So do you like this like big festival stages and events like this, or would you prefer to have like a little bit smaller clubs and just your fans instead of having some of your fans and some fans of other music in front of the stage?
But good thing is that when we do the festivals, then we get to play for a lot of new fans, but you know, because we got it both. We do the festivals, and then later on we're gonna do our own tour. So then we play for our own fans. So
yeah,
but the festivals are great because you can do a full show. You can do spirals outdoors. You can do everything, which is super fun.
Yeah.
Well, not always. I mean, yesterday we played the other one, Park, and we couldn't really fit everything on stage.
Okay.
But but the best thing for us is that we get it from the both worlds. We get the festival summertime, and then later on we're gonna do our own tour. So.
Yeah. And is it a good feeling when you sometimes maybe see in front of the stage there are fans that not look like the typical Amon Amarth fan, and then but after 3 songs you see they are moving and.
Yeah, always. That's always a victory. But obviously, I think the ones that are closest to the stage, they usually are fans anyway. Yeah. But yeah, after a while, it's cool to see that you see the amount of people clapping or whatever is growing for each song. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, actually, I just thought about one thing. We played a few years back a show in front of Iron Maiden. And it was Iron Maiden's, it was not a festival, it was their own show. And that was a tough one because the guys up front, they were there waiting for Iron Maiden. Yeah. And they were kind of like, oh, what the fuck are those guys doing on stage? And then you could actually see towards the end of the set, they were kind of like, okay, it's not that bad, so that was kind of fun.
Yeah, they have a hardcore crowd, just like maybe Slayer too, but Slayer is a bit closer to us. So when we did the Slayer tour recently, it was easier to win over the crowd, but yeah, that's the best feeling when you can see that you won a new fan.
Yeah, and you, for example, you are wearing like the classics Motorhead, Judas Priest. How does it feel for you when some of maybe the younger metal fans, for them you are like a classic band like Motorhead or Judas Priest for your generation?
I mean, I can think it's kind of it's a strange feeling, and I have trouble sometimes to have that sink into my head. But, it is what it is. And a lot of people grow up listening to us rather than growing up to listen to Iron Maiden or Priest. So, yeah, and the same thing is for me. When I grow up, I was growing up listening to Judas Priest and Iron Maiden. And then I found out about Rainbow and, Deep Purple way later.
Yeah.
So, that's the way it is.
Yeah. And when it comes to your equipment on a festival tour like this, is it like the same stuff you're using on a regular tour, or do you have something special for festival shows?
For touring, we use the same. Doesn't matter if it's festivals or when it comes to the backline.
Yeah,
it's all touring is same for us. And these days we are on campers, so it doesn't take much space and it's easy. We can do every show the same setup. So we have like campers and everybody has in-ears. So pretty much, an easy setup. And then we have way more stuff on stage, stage props and stairs and fucking Viking helmet and shit,
Yeah.
But equipment-wise, we are a very easy band.
Yeah. And do you...
Very basic setup.
Yeah. But do you sometimes miss with all the new camper and in-ear setup, like the feeling that you have your cabinets in the back and you're feeling the
of course,
the pressure?
That is a big loss. But I mean, the gain, like the profit you get from using the in-ears, you can hear everything perfectly wherever you're on stage. You don't have to stand right in front of your monitor, and like you have the same sound with the camper. You have a fly-in show. Back in the days when we made a fly show, you fly into the city and then fly out. You can't bring big, heavy amplifiers and stuff. And then you had to rely on whatever they could provide. at the spot. So then it could be a different sound every night. Now wherever you go, you have your rig with you, which is a huge benefit, from using that technology. But of course, you really miss that. The same thing with in-ears. You sometimes miss, even though we have microphones for ambient sound to get the audience, it's never the same as hearing the audience without anything in your ears. So sometimes you win some, you lose some, but I think in the long run, it's benefits the show to have this kind of new technology.
Yeah. So do you have like the feeling that you play better or tighter with the in-ears and the sound?
Way tighter.
Yeah.
Because you instantly hear when you're messing with wrong notes.
Yeah.
And in the past, when we had when we did, before in-ears, you could probably play wrong notes for many minutes without even noticing.
That's so nice. You could probably ask any musician ever who got into in-ear monitor, like you can ask him about his first time using that, because it's like everybody's like, wow, damn it, like
am I really this bad?
I never heard these notes before. You hear everything, which is like
you are playing the riff like this?
Exactly.
I've never
like that.
Yeah.
Maybe we should look into what we're playing, because you're not playing what I thought you were playing.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah, and also every twin solo that we have, you can hear exactly, obviously we all humans and the timings isn't 100%. I mean, obviously it's nothing the fans are gonna notice, but when you have it in your ear, it's so close that you can actually hear it. Everybody has a different timing,
Yeah.
But that's live, and it's,
But would you say like the fans expect from bands to be more perfect than it was like 20 years ago? Because
I don't think for the fans the difference isn't that big, because when you have a live situation where it's like, especially here on an outdoor field, wind comes into the calculations and sound comes and goes, and depending on where you stay, so the things we hear, the small details, might not show as much to the fans. So I'm not sure if it's a huge difference for them.
Yeah, but do you try to like reach the sound of the album as much as possible, or do you say live it's a different game?
I mean, when it comes to guitar sound, you can't really do the same sound live, because on guitar on an album you don't really need that much low end on guitars because you have bass.
Yeah.
But live you need more of that, so we don't have the same sound. We have a different sound for live. But I think we found a cool live sound, and we just stick to it and upgrade it. Small small things here and there.
I mean, like with the chemical, you can't copy. Like we tried to copy the album sound we had, and we brought it out for live for a while, and then we realized it's missing some of the live needs a little bit different sound from album, so we had to change. So we tried to do like exactly the same sound as the album, but it was not the best solution.
Yeah. So do you like trust your sound guy that the sound's perfect, because you're on stage and you don't really hear how it sounds in the audience?
You have to, and the same thing is you have to trust your crew. I mean.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But it's tricky if you have a new guy. You have to ask friends you trust in the audience to say if it's good or not, because he might come and say, "Yeah, it sounded awesome tonight," but you have no idea because you're on the other side.
Yeah. So do you do like recordings or videos sometimes from your shows? Just you're doing DVDs, but are you making them sometimes just to see if like a new stage setup works, or if everything?
Not really, but we do check, YouTube if there's, something new going on. Like for instance, on this tour, we're playing in 3 new songs. So yeah, definitely check them out and see how it looks. I mean, Raven's Flight, for instance, has a lot of pyro. So I just saw it the other day, for the first time.
Okay.
And then we play Shield Wall, and we have some Vikings on stage, and they do a bunch of cool stuff. And that was also something I saw like 4 days after the tour started. So.
But we do have this, or our sound guy has this system that we basically record every show well, he got the signal and he recorded at the front of house. So we got basically last 2 or 3 years we have every show recorded, but not the like the live sound. It's like it's what comes into him and his mix. So it's kind of like there's more to hear if you play it correctly, but you don't know if how it sounds in the PA. But so we have like shitload of recorded shows.
Yeah. And is it like a challenging part for you of the concert to remember where the pyros will start and when and where you can stay to not get grilled?
Not really, to be honest. I mean, the thing is that it's not all new pyro songs. Yeah. From the previous cycle, you know, we have some of those songs still, so they're kind of similar or at least close to what we did before. So it's just, you know, it's not that everything is new. We just add more new stuff. So the old stuff is still the same way it was. Yeah. So.
But we also kind of like have this to make it easy, you know, because you could run around more on stage, but then you have to remember exactly when things go off and where. But we have this kind of like safe zone. So I see on the set list we have signs like this is a pyro song. Okay. So if I stay within, you know, these, they tape it on the floor. You know, so as long as I'm inside this area, I'm always safe. So usually those songs, you use this area, and the rest of the songs you use more of the stage. So just to be on the safe side.
And back in the days when you started to have shows on stages as big as this, do you have to get used to having that much space and like the club show movements maybe not really work on a stage like this when you just stand in your place and not really move that much, or was it just natural?
No, this is really tricky because you have to move more and longer. Like it's really because if you do club show, you move a little bit and you can walk. Maybe on a big stage like this, maybe you have to even run, and that's a completely different technique, playing and running at the same time. So that definitely took a couple of years to get that into a system. You know, coming from really small club shows to start to do the big festivals was really scary.
But I think it's been kind of like a natural progress for us. It's not like we were a small band and then next day we were a big band. Yeah. You know, we took always steps, you know, so it's been kind of felt natural.
And we took small steps, baby steps.
And do you still care personally for switching sounds on stage, or does your crew?
Yeah, we switch everything. Okay. We don't really trust the system. I know that a lot of bands, especially the ones that do campers or similar stuff, that they have every switch on the computer. But I don't know. I mean, it's not every show, but at least once a week we have computer issues with the click track, because we always run the click track from computer. So I don't really trust that, and you know, and it's not that advanced. You know, we don't have that many different sounds. I think I only have 3 sounds, and I think Johan Söderberg has also only 3 sounds. Yeah. So it's not that difficult.
But do you have like different spots on stage where you can?
Yeah, I have that's my spot where, you know, where I have my pedal. So on those songs I need to switch. I make sure I'm there.
Yeah. And when it comes to your instruments, how many instruments do you have on this tour with you, roundabout?
I only have 2.
Okay.
And I think the other guitar player also had 2. Yeah. I mean, we're an easy band. We don't do, you know, different tunings or whatever that much. We have 2 tunings. It's a standard C tuning, and then we have a drop tuning on that one. So we don't really need that much.
Yeah.
I know that a lot of bands, they have like a different guitars for every song, but yeah, I mean, that's cool, but you know, apparently our guitar endorsers doesn't give us enough guitars. Yeah. But we always been an easy band when it comes to that.
So which products are you playing right now, or which models?
I'm playing Jackson guitars, and the one I have is unfortunately not the one that you can buy in a store. It kind of reminds of an Explorer shape. It's the same shape as an Explorer. So it's Jackson X-Stroyer.
Okay.
And I think, I don't really know, might be that they can't really make it for sale because of the shape. So every guitar has to be custom made.
Okay.
And as far as I know, I'm pretty much the only one playing it. But I do know that Phil Colin from Def Leppard has also the same, and Adrian Smith. So I'm in a good company here.
Yeah. And was that your shape of choice?
Yeah, that's my shape. Was my favorite shape, and it's easy. It's just one pickup and one button. You know, I don't use any fancy stuff. So, and it's a really nice guitar. It's the fucking best guitar I ever had.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Is it only the feeling of the guitar, or would you say the look is also an important part, that you look metal on stage?
Well, you know, I'm an old man, so I don't really look that cool anymore. But for me, it's about how it feels for me. I don't really care how things look, you know.
Yeah.
It's all about how comfortable I feel with stuff. And that's a really nice guitar playing wise, but also it sounds really awesome.
Yeah, great. And then what are you using nowadays?
Right now I'm using Musiker steelwood basses. Like, I got a 5-string and a 4-string. It's called the Stealth series, where like all the hardware is black and it's like matte finish on it. It's like my all-time favorite bass. I've had it for many years, and I'm thinking about changing it. But I'm not like endorsed or anything, so I can play anything. Like in the US tour, I had, just so I don't have to fly the guitars, I have some ESP basses I'm playing over there. So, but this is my favorite one. The Musiker is an amazing instrument. It's super nice. And
you would say you're also like an easy guy, like one sound more or less, and
exactly.
just on and off.
Pretty much. It's I have my sound, and of course on albums I have some small effect, but it's nothing that I'm bringing to stage, because it's not that, like, it's not a solo thing. So and I also use the Kemper, so it's very basic setup.
Yeah. And now it's festival season for you, and you have a new album out. Are there any plans like beyond 2019?
Oh yeah, we're gonna do a fall tour in November, December, and we have 5 or 6 shows in Germany, and the package is awesome. But unfortunately, we cannot say what the package is gonna be.
Yeah, I mean.
But yeah, that's gonna.
Basically, what lies ahead of us is touring the rest of 2019, and then into even probably the whole 2020, trying to reach all parts of the world. That's kind of like that's what we're looking for right now.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Okay, sounds very nice. But first of all, have fun tonight at your show here at Rock am Ring.
Yeah, it should be fun.
And
It's gonna be awesome.
Enjoy the rest of the tour.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Yeah.
Alles klar. Tschüss.